You've heard of girl math, but have you heard of billionaire math?
No, Dusty Librarian, no one's heard of that because that's not a thing.
It goes like this. You sign a year-long lease and you pay your rent each month for your apartment. When your landlord comes back at the end of the lease and says, how about signing for another year? You say, happy to sign. It won't cost anything since this is an extension, right?
No, it's a new lease, Demon. No one thinks it's an extension.
Well, of course not.
Oh my god, did we just agree on something for the first time ever? Dusty Librarian, making sense.
But that is the billionaire math that Republicans in Congress are trying to use. I am not making this up.
What? That's not math. There's nothing math about that. You're talking about a contract. There's no math.
A bunch of temporary tax handouts for the wealthy are expiring this year, just like a lease.
No, it's not just like a lease, Demon. Also, there's no such thing as a tax handout. That's not what a handout is. Who's writing this? A lease is a rental agreement for the use of property. A tax is a compulsory contribution to government revenues. Also, a lease is a choice. Taxes are compulsory. All right, I'm gonna let you finish, you crusty, dusty mothball. Why do you always wear the same thing?
Those tax giveaways have already cost Americans $2 trillion.
Tax reduction is not a cost. For somebody with librarian physiognomy, you don't have a good grip on words. If every day I come into your pantry and I steal a box of crackers, and then one day I don't steal the box of crackers, I didn't hand out the crackers, it didn't cost me to not steal your crackers, you just kept the crackers you already had.
Republicans now want to extend those tax handouts.
There's no such thing as a tax handout. The real tax handout is when you recklessly squander and hand out the tax money you steal from us to do Sesame Street shows in Iran. That's the handout. Stealing less is not a handout. And it doesn't have a cost.
Like signing a new lease, and their estimate for how much it will cost, $0.
Because that is how much it will cost. The dictionary definition of the word cost is an amount that has to be paid or spent to obtain something. That's the definition of the word.
But of course, it will cost you.
No, it won't. In fact, it will do exactly the opposite. It will not cost you.
Independent experts say it could cost up to $5 trillion more.
The total annual tax collection in the United States from individuals and businesses is $4.9 trillion a year. Did you notice how this crusty, dusty librarian mothball didn't tell you how long this supposed $5 trillion, how long it was going to take to accumulate that cost that isn't even a cost? Of course not. Because it's not real.
Now, you may be wondering, what's on the chopping block to pay for those huge tax handouts for billionaires?
Hiya, say that with such confidence. Here's the chart they don't want you to see. This is from the House Ways and Means Committee this week, showing how the bottom 20% of earners saw the lowest federal tax rate in 40 years. Here's your tax cut by income group. Here's your share of the total taxes after the passage of the tax cuts, 2017 and 2021. Largest tax cuts by income group, shown there. Every single one of these lying demons is referencing the same document, which basically pulls numbers out of thin air and says that because of tariffs, that the bottom 50% or whatever don't get any tax cut, and only the rich do. It is a mythological fake series of numbers pushed by a bunch of crispity, crackety, crunchity, soggy brain people that are just sad that they are taking perpetual L's. That chart is from the House Ways and Means Committee. That's called real stuff. That's called facts.
We have to say, not on our watch.
Oh my god, you insufferable, moldy sponge brain. This librarian crustini is literally the most financially illiterate mothball in Congress. Followed closely by Alexandria Ocasio Make Me a Margaritio, and of course, Sogmean Crockett. Don't you love how this librarian talks to you like you're in detention? Well, you're gonna be nice to Jimmy now, or you're gonna be right back here. Shut up, Dusty! These demons don't care about the budget, they don't care about money being squandered, they don't care about any of that. This dustbag's been in there for a decade and a half. I don't know. Shut up, princess of the wigwam. Crusty, dusty, librarian type. If we wanted a powwow, we'd come to your teepee. Stop making videos. Nobody wants this. Go make a cookbook. Pocahontas.